Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Living Life at LifeView. I am your host, Dr. Veronica Garcia, and today we are joined by a beautiful guest, amazing guest. She is a student at Life University. Miss Phenix, how are you doing today?
Hi, I'm doing good. We had good traffic on the way up here.
Oh no.
Which is the best part. We only had about, 2 minutes, but it was all fun. We're very used to coming up this way for my appointments because I started up here more near Scottish Rite. Mm-hmm. And then we would go to Eggleston, which is closer to us, thank goodness.
Okay.
But both times you can use the express.
Expressway in Atlanta is a must. Get that peach pass.
It's worth it.
Absolutely. It's definitely worth it. I agree with you. So Phenix, talk to me a little bit of what is your role at the university right now? You are a student, and what program are you at?
Yes, right now I'm at home just with my situation, so I'm doing all online, but I am full-time. I am coming, I guess I should say, we're here, for nutrition, and I plan to be a registered dietitian. Mm-hmm. There's 6 schools, and I think this is the second ranked one in the state, so I'm glad to be here and the opportunity. Mm-hmm. And I am in my first year here, but I had some credits under my belt, so I'm considered a sophomore.
Gotcha.
And I'm just doing 3 classes right now, and I plan to come in person in August.
Nice.
God
excited.
willing,
excited.
I'm
so for the summer
excited.
quarter.
Yes, I already have it set up. I'm doing 3 more classes. I'm doing 1 science class and then 2 kind of like required classes. So I think it'll be smooth sailing, and then just looking up to moving up here, I think I'll be very excited.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And talk to me about what got you into the nutrition and dietetics programs in the first place.
When I was in high school, I was in FACS class, and one of the main things we studied was nutrition. And what got me interested, I think, was nutrition from mom to baby and baby to mom when a woman is pregnant. And then that was junior year of high school. My senior year, I got diagnosed with AML, which is a form of leukemia. And that's when I did my treatment at CHOA, the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. And whenever I was sick, I saw not the dieting part of dietetics, but the weight gain part and what else, the other perspective of what you could do. So I was real big into exercising, and I shedded 20 pounds, and I was lean muscle before I got diagnosed. And flipping the roles, then I dropped 10 pounds of all my muscle, and I had to gain that weight back. So it was a very touch and go relationship with my nutritionist, actually. So I think that seeing a perspective will help me in the future know what it's like to not want to eat, and try and motivate kids to eat, because Ensure is the worst thing in the world to me. So
I kind of agree with you.
I mean, it is pretty bad, but you have to do it. And I think that seeing or even hearing the different opportunities and jobs too. In the children's hospital, they have the NICU, whereas in the adult hospital, it's not as in your face about it. I feel like, you have the nurses who take care of the babies, but in the NICU, the nutritionists have to see the different formulas and the weight in ounces, and I find it very interesting. I don't know why, but my perspective definitely switched from weight loss to weight gain. So I didn't see myself doing that until I was able to take classes, and it's fun. I'm excited for my journey.
And explore a little bit deeper into it. Absolutely.
Definitely.
And your journey, your I guess all the steps that you're taking today are, as a person talking from experience, are definitely going to set you apart in the moment when you're being empathetic with a patient, with a client, whenever you're connecting with them. So definitely take that experience with all, because it's gonna impact you so much.
Definitely. We had it's not their fault, I like to point that out, but the younger fellows who come in and work in the teaching hospital, they have no bedside manner. And it's okay, but I feel like you're right, I do have a step up on that to relate to the kids or adults who I end up working with. I think it's very exciting. But we actually got to tour here. So I got diagnosed my senior year, 2020. And then I did my treatment, and I had a bone marrow transplant, which I had to get on TPA, which is a form of nutrition. Very interesting. So I even got to learn about that. And I'm highly allergic to peanuts, so I couldn't do the lipids, which is like another form of nutrition. So, I mean, that was interesting. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
And then I relapsed. I got accepted here at Life, and then I relapsed. So I had to get in contact with someone who was very understanding of my situation and just told me that not my spot was still here, but just reapply when, you can again. And I found that it was very helpful for my family. But we were able to come and tour before I had to go back into treatment. And it was very fun just touring and knowing that this is going to be my home and be here. So it's good being back. We got to walk around before we came in, and I was like, remember when we were here? Very beautiful. And I think it was all a blessing for everyone being understanding here, very at home already.
That's something that I definitely relate, that Life University, it sets apart from a lot of different schools because it's a smaller institution, but not just because it's a small institution. It's an institution that truly lives by its lasting purpose: to give, to do, to love, to serve, out of the sense of abundance without the expectation of nothing in return. And that definitely gives us a huge stride, because when every staff and faculty member are living with that purpose, and students are also implementing that purpose into their lifestyle, when a person comes in with whatever situation it is that they're coming in with, you're able to just kind of give a step back, be empathetic, and say, how can I support you? Whether or, hey, no, this was a day, this is what you had to do, and unfortunately, with whatever situation you were going to, you can't do it, right? That's compassion right there. That's where the compassion comes into place. And I love Life University for that reason as an alumni, because it definitely sets apart and allows you to be in that family environment, right? That's beautiful. And what are some of those highlights that you have been experiencing so far in your journey as a student here at Life University?
I would say, even though I am taking online classes, my professors have messaged me, and they even say, if emailing isn't best for you, then we can talk on the phone, like not a personal line, but a business line, which for me, email is okay. But I was like, I gave them my number just because, if I miss an assignment, I would like to know. But they've been amazing. Even the first week, it's kind of challenging understanding all the programs that they have. So one of my teachers is like, hey, you didn't turn in this assignment, or this one is due tonight. So at the last straw, I finally turned it in. But I think I got a schedule now. So I'm excited. Just to point out, when we parked, the college campus is big when you haven't been on one. And we're like, do you know where the podcast studio is? And he pointed us in the exact right direction. And just that, gave us a sense. Asked us how we were, just coming back to that compassion. How are you guys? And we asked him how he was doing, pointed us in the right direction. Just very home. It just feels like home already. So I think that's what makes it more exciting to come in person.
I'm definitely excited for you to start. It's definitely a huge difference, especially when graduating high school and kind of adapting from a semester system into a quarter system, and kind of exploring, the difference in speed of any program, of any curriculum. Because I swear, when I came here for my undergrad, there were so many, I was like, how many assignments do I have for week 2? But it's only week 2. What do you mean it's only like I'm not used to this at all. Right.
I will say, I guess that is my benefit, is when I did my dual enrollment, we were on the quarter system.
Nice.
But we did 8-week quarters, and I think these are 11. I didn't find that out until after I logged into Blackboard, but it's okay. I was like, oh, we have 11 weeks. But it's okay. I'm just not counting them down, but enjoying them. I think I'm at a point in my classes where all the classes I actually need.
Right.
I think I'll do the 2 summer classes, and then after that it's, full force. And so I'm excited.
That's when you start also like kind of shaping yourself as a professional. When you go into those core curriculum classes, you find out, hey, I thought I loved this, but this actually sounds even more like my spirit and myself, and start kind of shaping into that beautiful dietitian that you'll be becoming, and finding out those passionate pieces. So I have one more question for you. What could you say your younger self, about 5 years ago, Phenix, if you could give her a piece of advice?
I think I would say, oh goodness. I would probably, on the school topic, I would say start dual enrollment earlier, because Georgia limited the amount of classes you could take. But spirit-wise, I would just say go where the wind blows you, because sometimes opportunities you think are going to happen, like you might want to go to this school and God doesn't feel like you need to be there at that time. And I think that I was meant to be at this place and this university, and I'm all about feeling at home and being comfortable. And I think that life does that better than any other school that I would want to go to.
That's amazing. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing a few pieces of your story. I hope that as you continue growing in this campus, you get to share even more of it, because it is an impactful story and you are the writer of it. So I'm proud of you. Keep going, keep crushing, whether it's treatment, classes, dual enrollment, all the things, and moving to Marietta. So,
Thank you.
You don't have to use that peach bus anymore.
Right. Except to go home for the holidays, but that's it.
Alrighty, Phenix. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And thank you, everybody. We hope to see you on the next episode of A Living Life, A Life You. Bye.